Do you skip breakfast to lose weight? Is it the worst way of degrading your health and lifestyle, or the best way to improve your health? What did our ancestors do? Honestly, these ancient age-old tricks never go in vain. The Hadzabe tribe is like our ancestors, and they haven't progressed much for long. So do they skip breakfast? What are their eating habits and their rules for staying healthy? Let's find out in today's video. Here we begin. The scientific reason behind skipping breakfast. A new systematic review and meta-analysis of 11 randomized trials that looked at how skipping breakfast affects weight and metabolic rate completely disproved the health benefits of breakfast. 7 of the studies looked at changes in weight and energy consumption, though the study's length and quality varied greatly. There is no evidence to back up the claim that skipping meals causes weight gain or negatively affects your resting metabolic rate. The same conclusion reached by recent reviews that have largely gone unnoticed. These studies have generated a lot of evidence suggesting that skipping breakfast can be a weight loss strategy for some people. So why, then, has the field historically made such mistakes? One explanation is the practice of grazing, as opposed to gorging, to reduce the body's stress from having to digest large meals, particularly later in the day when glucose and insulin peaks are higher and the metabolic rate is lower. Numerous observational studies that showed that obese people skipped meals more frequently than thin people in the past seriously misled scientists. Unfortunately, this way of thinking has permeated the nutritional dogma. These observational studies, however, were very skewed. On average, those who skipped breakfast were more likely to be poorer, less educated, healthy, and follow a poorer diet. Let's see what the Hadza people of Tanzania do. The breakfast routine of the Hadza tribe. The Hadza people of Tanzania still live as our ancestors did and are considered the last true hunter-gatherers in East Africa. Immediately after waking up, the men usually set out on a hunting or honey-collecting expedition. A few hours later, they might pick up some berries. If they spend the entire day in camp, or even just in the morning, they might only eat a small amount of honey in the late morning or early afternoon before a larger meal in the evening. Despite this, there is no set schedule, and eating habits vary greatly depending on the camp's size and the time of year. The women stay near the camp and occasionally prepare simple food, like baobab porridge, or they consume some honey that has been stored. Still, they rarely eat anything before 9 or 10 in the morning, giving them a fasting period of more than 15 hours since their evening meal. Since they don't typically eat breakfast, they aren't overweight or unwell and don't have most Western diseases. So maybe we ought to learn something from them. At least, that's what the latest scientific evidence suggests. The animals and plants humans have been hunting and gathering for millions of years are what the Hadza are after. Notably, the human microbe dance here for eons likely influenced our immune system and contributed to who we are today. The staple food of the Hadza people, the baobab fruit, is rich in vitamins, fat from the seeds, and of course, significant amounts of fiber. Baobab trees encircle the area, extending into the distance past where the eye can see them. A large, fatty seed is enclosed in a hard, coconut-like shell called a baobab fruit that easily breaks open to reveal chalky flesh. The high levels of vitamin C provided an unexpected citrus tang. Now comes their unique breakfast. Some visitors to the land of the Hadza tribe revealed something exciting. The Hadza typically combine the chalky bits with water and whisk it vigorously for 2 to 3 minutes with a stick until it becomes thick, milky porridge that is somewhat filtered into a mug and eaten for breakfast. They claim it is pleasantly surprising and energizing. Speaking of their experience, they said that their next snacks were the wild and small kangorobi berries after breakfast, and it was again very refreshing. It was shocking for them to learn that it had 20 times the fiber and polyphenols compared to cultivated berries, which act as a microbiome to the human body. One claimed, "I had a late lunch of a few high-fiber tubers dug up with a sharp stick by the female foragers and tossed on the fire. These were more effort to eat, like tough, earthy celery. I didn't go for seconds or feel hungry, probably because of my high-fiber breakfast. No one seemed concerned about dinner." In Hadza land, nothing is wasted or killed needlessly, yet they consume a remarkable variety of plant and animal species, roughly 600 with the majority being birds, compared to us. Additionally, getting food takes them hardly any time at all. It seems as easy as walking through a sizable supermarket and only takes them a few hours daily. Food was available in all directions, on the ground and above it. So this was the story of the Hadza tribe and their super unique breakfast and eating habits. What are your thoughts on it? Let us know in the comments below and subscribe for more.